Shalom, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well in the chat. It's good to see all of you. And we're going to cover these folks that are trying. Thank you, Kaya, for becoming a new channel member. We're going to cover these folks that are under this delusion that they can just be another race because this is what they said. What's that? I'm white and I say so. No. Okay. That doesn't change your DNA. And many of these people, they really need to go get psychological help for real. They do. And it's psychological problems they need to resolve and not tell us they can transcend their race. No, you can't. You can never transcend your DNA. Okay, it's just downright laughable. And we've seen this. We know Rachel Dolezal, who was really called out by her own parents. It was her parents that went to the media and told the truth about her. So, it was none of us. It was one of her own parents. And then we've seen Martina Big, that's getting those injections in her skin to try to look black. And she got to go back every so many months and get more injections to keep that melanin look. Seriously, is it really that bad? Is it really that bad to be who you are? And plus, I don't like it because if anything goes down, they can go back to their own race and resume life. We don't have that option. The stuff that happens to us is real and it's no laughing matter. And we can't put our skin on and off and do whatever. Oh, we can join either team. No. I don't think there's anything wrong with them maybe admiring and appreciating Black culture. But when you sit there and say, I identify or I am Black, I'm transcending my race to Black. No, that is so unrealistic. So I want to thank B1 Queensland for this story that came out on the Insider. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me see if I can get this up so I can share my screen with you. Okay. Okay, nothing there. Let me try again. Okay, here we go. Okay, let me share my screen. How you doing, KD? All right. Please give me a 1. Thank you, Tanya. You already know what I was going to say. So let me go ahead and share my screen, y'all. All right. Thank you. All right. We recently have another person here that has a problem with their identity. And Rachel Dolezal, of all people, is endorsing this. And at the end of the day, who the hell cares what Rachel Dolezal endorses? And I tell you what, she may identify as Black, but she's sure aging like a white woman, isn't she? Because that's what she is. All right, so this is the Insider, July 2nd, 2021. Rachel Dolezal, a white woman who gained notoriety for claiming she identifies as Black, defends a TikTok star who says they transitioned races. No such thing. Okay. No such. You may say those things, and this is the insider, ladies and gentlemen. So you may say those things, but at the end of the day, you are still whatever you were born as, and that's never going to change. And I kind of get sick of these people. It's so fun, and it's like a novelty to say you're black, but you still have the ability to use your white privilege. I don't know, how do I respect that? I don't. Rachel Dolezal, a white woman who gained notoriety in 2015 for claiming that she identifies as black, has spoken up in support of, I think it's London, who is British born, ethnically white, and goes by they, them pronouns, said this week that they have transitioned races, which is no such thing. It is no such thing. I mean, seriously, Rachel Dolezal said she considers herself a black woman. How many are embracing her in the black community? I'm serious. How many are embracing her? Okay, so London has a TikTok following of over 427,000 and got attention for appearing on Barcroft TV, Hooked on the Look series in 2018. E's Botch series in 2019. Then that means botch plastic surgery. That's what they're talking about. During those TV appearances, they talked about how expensive and painful it is to undergo multiple plastic surgeries to look like their favorite BT stars, Park Jimin. Well, I mean, getting plastic surgery does not mean you can transcend race. You're still a white guy. You were born as a white guy. That's what you still are. During a 2018 appearance on the British TV show Hooked on the Look, London said, "I've not exactly changed my race. I'm not saying I am Asian as such. I am always going to be British and Caucasian, but I would like to look as close as possible to Korean pop stars and Jimin." So this is a white dude that's trying to look Asian. Whoa. Woo. Dolezal was responding to questions on the backlash that London received after they announced on June 27th that they identify as Korean. I do not think that the broader issue here is comparison and kindness, and that personal identity is not the big fish to fry when it comes down to somebody's personal choice or how they feel, said Dolezal, speaking to TMZ on July 1st. Well, when you say I identify as a black woman, that is a personal choice, but no matter how much you identify that, let's be real, the world is still going to see Rachel as a white woman at the end of the day. They are. I mean, it's the reality. I mean, she can say whatever she wants. This woman got two white parents and she can't be nothing but white. Culture appropriation is very different from just being authentically yourself. So being true to yourself is a very different journey and experience than stealing someone's culture in order to profit or gain from it. There's a different thing there. And I think sometimes people are confusing those two, Dolezal told TMZ. I mean, how can this woman talk about confusion when she is confused about her own identity? I don't think Rachel should be giving out advice. That's just my opinion. I just get caught up in the outrage online. And I think sometimes we don't take the time to actually listen to someone's heart, she said. London this week doubled down on his claims that they are transracial, uploading a Twitter video on June 29th, detailing how multiple plastic surgeries have allowed them to finally feel Korean. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Never mind. Let me just go on. Among enhancements to their appearance was a procedure to give them what they called Korean eyes. His eyes really look jacked up to me, but y'all can tell me what you think. I can't see you right now because I'm on full screen. I identify with the Korean community. Maybe they will accept me more now because I have the look, London said in the video on June 29th. In the same video, they announced that they opted for their latest round of cosmetic surgery because they wanted to make their ultimate idol, Park Jimin of BTS fame, proud. I wanted him to be proud. I'm sure he'll be proud that I look exactly like him now. I have his eyes. I finally have Jimin's Korean eyes. And they're so beautiful. So this is what he says. London announced on Twitter June 30th, saying that they'll henceforth be known as Jimin, taking on Park's Korean birth name. But you know what? It is culture appropriation. It really is. Now, they're trying to say this is something else, but what him and Rachel Dolezal is doing is just straight up culture appropriation. And some people may even view it as a mocking. You're just taking mocking to a whole different level. But y'all, I don't believe you can't. I don't know. Call me crazy. I don't believe you can be anything except for what and who you are genetically. All this making changes and, oh, I'm a black woman, so she puts on a kinky wig and all that stuff. That doesn't, I don't know. So, to me, something psychologically in there needs to be corrected. Maybe go see a shrink, but to go this far and take things this far is just absolutely crazy. Now, Rachel will sit and talk about, oh, I identify as black. I bet every dime in my wallet, her driver's license still says white. Okay, I bet you it still says white. Thank you, Roxanne Turner, for becoming a new channel member. I mean, look, the way I see it, look at the group that always want to be something else. You don't see a lot of us doing that. Yeah, I mean, we got people skin bleaching, but at the end of the day, even with the skin bleaching, they're still black. Okay, and that's how they're going to always be. There's no bleaching that's going to make you anything other than what you were. I don't know why people go to these extremes to be something they never can be. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, well, you know what I think it is. See, all our lives, these folks have always propped themselves up, calling themselves the master race, although there's no such thing called master race. You know, they just make up a lot of shit to say. And I think so many people buy into it, but you don't realize how fragile some of them are, and they don't like who and what they are. And you just got some of them that will go extreme. Now, I even think back when I was in high school, there was one junior high school and high school. There was one white girl that did that. All she did was hang with black people, dated the black guys, and try to sound, she talked like a sister and all that stuff. And I used to say to myself, why? Why are you doing this? You know? But there were a lot of black people in the school that was friends with her. And I just wasn't getting why she didn't want to be around her own people. But that's how she was. She didn't want to be around her own. She just wanted to be around black folks. I mean, and that's fine or good, but to me, when you walk around trying to sound like a sister and stuff, that's mocking to me. I don't know. You may see it different, but I see that as mocking. I mean, shoot, you are in the privilege class, okay? You know, y'all have made things and rigged up laws and all these rules and all this crap to make yourself always come out on the top. You don't want that? Okay. I have to wonder about that. Yeah. You know, sometimes when I encounter people like that, I just try to get away from them. I'm not interested in talking to a person like that. And I don't care that they date black men or women. I don't care about all of that. You know, because when you come around like that, you just seem so fake to me. It seems so fake. How you doing, B1 Queensland? I shouted you out in the beginning of the video. You're going to have to roll it back for the article. You might have missed it. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, I just find those people to be weird when they're like that. You know, I mean, what are you trying to prove when you want to be in with black people? I mean, what are you really trying to prove? Thank you, Sean, from the chai. You can only be yourself makes you suspect. It does. It does. You know, because look, y'all, think about it. We have been infiltrated many times when they want to know what's going on. And it's easy for them to come around us and try to act like us just to get us to, you know, talk to them and tell them things. I'm not willing to do that. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's almost like they're trying to escape from some kind of I don't know, maybe, well, they know how their own people are. Maybe that's what they're trying to escape. And look, Rachel Dolezal, think about this, y'all. She got a Netflix documentary. She's been on numerous interviews talking about how she identify as black. And we in the black community, how many of you got a documentary? So it just go to show you, even though she's trying to be something else, she still have privilege and got things that the average person in the black community couldn't get. So no, I don't feel bad for this woman and this dude trying to look like a Korean. I mean, Come on, man. Seriously? Seriously? Yeah. Well, it's just like if we were walking into the kingdom and then Martina Big comes in and say, I'm black too. I'm black too. You know, no. You know, although she got the dark skin, she still sounds like a white German woman at the end of the day. As soon as she opens her mouth, you know that's not a black woman instantly. You know it's not even just looking at her, her facial features and everything. You would know. Yeah. Onika, wait a minute. Let me just go back to you. Lisa Cabrera, remember that story you did about the whiteness condition? Yes. That's what that's what sounds like. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah, but I'm just saying back in the day when I was going to school, those kind of kids that would always identify with other groups, I used to always not trust them, because to me it just looks weird that you would. I mean, it's okay if you like or admire a culture or you like some things about a culture, that's fine. But when you try to be them, it just looks kind of phony. It looks fake. Yeah, I mean, look, when you look at the whole scheme of things in America, they really truly have lost control over. Yeah, I brought Devin S. You might not have been here, but I did bring up Martina Big. I did. Maybe you just missed that part. Um, when you look at the grand scheme of things of what's going on out here in America, they really have lost control. They have. This place is not in order at all. And there's a lot of fear. Now, if y'all will look, they're trying to lower the working age now. They're trying to drop it down to 15 because they cannot find workers. So they're trying to drop the age down where a teen can work at the age of 15 now. So, yeah, they have lost control. And, unfortunately, that ain't going to fill jobs, y'all. It may get some teens out the house to work, but it is by far not going to fill all of these open positions that they have all over America. It's not going to do that. To me, it will do very little. Oh, no, it's okay, Michelle. Yeah. And I'm just telling y'all, America's going to shut down again. I know they're being very defiant and trying to say it's not going to happen again. It's never going to close again. Yes, it will. Because you said that, just on the fact that you said that, it's going to shut down again. It is. And when it does, some of these people out here, no, let me take that back. Many of them are going to lose their minds. They're going to lose their minds. Hmm. Yeah. And if you look at Delta and what's going on with that, it's getting bad in several of the states, and they just don't want it out here. And let me tell you, and I believe I did mention this, that Delta is bad in New York and New Jersey. It's bad. And then there's a couple of states out in the Midwest that are struggling with it right now, and they're having a really hard time. So, no, America, you will shut down again. And like I said, these folks are going to absolutely lose it. But it's really stupid that they're getting mad because you don't have no control over a pandemic. Anger ain't going to get rid of a pandemic. You know, instead of sitting there getting mad, you should be, trying to find ways to keep it at bay. But these folks don't think like that. They all, if you are around them, they think in the moment when things like this are happening and not think, okay, Delta is here. What are things I can do to prevent it? What are preventable ways? No, they'll have a meltdown because I can't go out and party anymore. I can't go to my favorite restaurant anymore. I can't, superficial things. They get upset over because they can't do superficial things. That's why we just can't follow the lead of people like that. We can't. And see, when we're in the lockdown, they don't have access to us and they can't control us from anything. And they hate that too. See, they want access to you because they want to believe in their minds they can control you. But see, when we're locked down, we're separated from them. What are they going to really control? Okay. That's a big problem too, because they don't know what's going on with you. And you know how Karen is out in the streets trying to micromanage everything we do, attempting to micromanage, I should say. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and conclude. I thank each and every one of you for coming out and listening to this. And as I stated before, I think these people are very deep in their fantasies. You can't be another race. I don't care what they say or do. If that's the case, the next time a cop pull you over, tell them you identify as a white guy and see how far you get with that. Okay, we know that ain't gonna work. So that being said, it should not work out for them either, as far as I'm concerned. So enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. We'll come back together again and do this another time. Shalom, family.